I need a new starting soon stream or screen. I don't like the one I hastily crafted. You know, I should have been live 3 whole hours ago. But I was sleeping. Got a new show. Was too busy binging Dungeon Meshi. It's a place. I think I already touched the stone. Oh, we could go into the Sphinx. Oh, everyone's here. Oh, a tiefling.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Oh. My headphones are tangled up and it's annoying me. Hold on. There we go. Huh. It would be something akin to 1,000 a month. Standard fare, really. Obviously, all of my proprietary deals would have been included in that. Obviously. Which would make it more akin to a double price at least. The orc woman places her cup on the counter and leans forward. We'll hope you consider it. The fiendish woman behind the counter gives her a wide-shot grin. Vera turns to leave and almost walks straight into you. Whoops. Cleric, love to see you again, but I can't stop and chat. Do swing by a water lane, will ya? I butchered that. As the orc steps past you and leaves the tavern, you look over to the woman behind the bar. She locks eyes with you while putting away the orc's cup. The bucket on my head? Oh, wow, there's a literal sphinx. Behold! I don't behold shit. Behind the counter stands a woman of fiendish origin. Oh, she's got hooves. Focused on filling up one of the tabs, she immediately stops when she notices your approach. Welcome to the Drunk Sphinx. What'll... My good lord, a cleric. How lovely to see you, the city stop by. Oh, well, full attention. I'm flabbergasted, apparently. Because I can't remember English. My name is Ricksbiter. I'll be serving you tonight. Oh yeah. This woman is a perfect hub of information. Pick her brain. Leave her brain alone. Violence is never the answer. What? It's an expression. Oh. You should not use such violent expressions anyhow. I want to pick your brain. How did that happen? Genetic? I am the cleric of Dovrik. The cleric? Oh my. Aren't you a catch? Being a cleric has shaped the way you see the world. So much XP by just exclaiming my clericness to the world. I actually needed to make clear to you that I'm not a cleric. No way. No. I want to pick your brain. That could be arranged. Ooh, I'll pick it real good. Thank you, that's very kind. I know I've got a big heart. The biggest. I would give a winking expression, but unfortunately the PNG tuber can only do so much. How did that happen? Oh! She mouths and gives a horn pat. Funny story, actually. My family left the megastorm of Zehazi. I think it was in my last few years of the Coast War. They were invited to join the Vorgeni Guard, due to my father's influence as a former diplomat. Megastorm. Like a storm, but mega. Don't happen too often. That's where I was born, so technically I'm a native Vorgeni. But to answer your question, both of my parents were members of the Houses of Fire. Low ranking, of course, but still influential in politics of several smaller coastal towns in the western jungles. Ooh. And I don't know I don't know if you know how much about the Fokin Zehi, but let's just say horns are quite a common sight among the highborn. She talks too much. Thank you for the information. No problem. I'm quite proud of the journey I've made, with or without my bloodline backing me. So you're a tavern owner? Do you have a bunch of information that could help me on my quests? Sure. If there's anything I can do for you, just ask. I know there's more than most. I know more than most in the city. This city is not hers. Oh, Snell! She exclaims as she notices him over the counter. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Want something to drink? I'm on the clock. Look at him, sly bastard. Oh, you're the escort, eh? That's not how I'd phrase it, but sure. She laughs and sticks a sharp finger in your face. Don't get Snell to do into too much trouble, you hear? He's already grumpy enough as is. So what's up with Azoles? Great gal. She's a Gynosphinx. She's been here since the early Gate era. Gynosphinx. A monstrous being, often found undertaking missions for gods. A feminine force capable of seeing through time and space. Jesus Christ. Collector of ancient lore and disperser of riddles. Known to test mortals to uncover their true worth. Good luck getting more than that out of her. Thanks for telling me about the Sphinx. There's so much reading. Why did I pick a game like this? You two friends, Snell? No. Don't say that. You're hurting my feelings. There's tension here. You should mention it. Does Snell spend a lot of time in here? You don't need to ask her. It's not relevant. Not relevant. He does, she says, ignoring the comment. Although this was the most convenient third place for the HWBT, so it's not like he's got too many options. We've all got the wonderful goblin we could get. Fuck it. Oh, hey, Ari. Yes, I got my hydration. I feel bad because I spent too much of my time binge watching Delicious in the Dungeon last night. So I should have been live like 5 hours ago, I think. No, like 4 hours. I know. I was chanting bread the whole time. Bread. I also watched a bit of your VOD. It's good to see Leon Kennedy still giving up one-liners. Unfortunate what happened to that one lady. Just immediately chainsawed through the chest. Leon just dodges and spouts one-liners. It's wicked. Yeah, like... he's sick. Yeah, exactly. He's just, like... too busy sharpening his jawline and growing out his uncle beard. Great. I've got some other questions. Of course. Look how much reading there is, Ari. I have yet to post the other VOD, but when I do, you'll see how much, What do you know about the tea shop? It blew up. Whoa! Ha! Wasn't there. Not usually on Tolstad over noontime. More of a night gal, obviously. So I'm not much help, sadly. I've just heard the regular. But I can recommend talking to the kid at the kiosk upstairs. His brother comes in here often, and I overheard him talking about it. Yes, I spoke with Arn. Great. I hope you didn't scare him too much. Nonsense. I'm not very threatening. Kidding. Yeah, how could I scare anybody? Look at me. I have a bucket on my head. I'm not threatening at all. Tell me about the owner of the tea shop. Oh yeah, so the rundown is I died, I came back to life, and apparently I'm investigating what happened to a tea shop which exploded. And so far, all I know is that it was a huge blue-ass fireball, and I gotta go hunt down some fuckers who ran away from the scene. But I'm not important. I'm not really caring about that. I'm more trying to explore the Undercity beneath the whole thing. Oh yeah, Drummer is a bird person, I think. Last time I remember. Drummer. He's a real piece of work. Like, I'm impressed that he's kept that tea shop afloat for so long, but look, I just know the rumors, Kay. I love rumors. Same. And Drummer kept a tea shop full of Azaglists, mostly young ones. But supposedly, he's been twerking with, Oh, I know, right? I have a monitor here for stream, so like whenever I hear the ping, I just look towards you and see what you're saying in my chat. Look at me, I'm a big shot streamer. All the way up here in North. Do you see the live cam, man cam? Because it is me, I'm live from here. Oh, 1 second. My brother is calling me again. Why can't he do that like 5 hours ago when I was sleeping to wake me up for stream? Alright, I'm back. Luckily that didn't take too long. My brother misses me. My poor older brother. Get the fuck out of my chat, you stupid dad joke telling bastard. I hate you. I hate you for doing something I would totally do. No, come back, I'm lonely. I lied. No, I still got games to play. But okay, so from the top. Oh, nice. Res 9. Res 9's the Requiem one, right? With Ara farming Leon. Yeah. Still find it funny how he just basically stood there. Moving on. But supposedly he'd be working with Free Striders on the side. Like some kind of spy. Could you imagine? Where do you think he's at? Well, I do remember him mentioning something of an escape plan one time. Really? That sounds very relevant. The bird was drunk, okay? He muttered something about covering every liability. And and how his escape plan was, look, I thought it was a bad joke. But from what he said, from what I recall, that his plan was to sneak into a crate and ship himself off to Reed's. Idiotic. He'd have to survive for weeks in a cramped, tiny space. Some bird folk could survive for months without sustenance. And if he had friends on board, they could let him get out after they passed immigration control. That's ridiculous. That wouldn't work, would it? I mean, sure, it happened at some point, historically. Drunken ramblings, but if I were you, I'd check water lane. You come here often? Nah, or well, yeah, is that a maybe? Look, I see him around. He's not a regular, but when he does show up, he's loud and wants to perform, you know, gestures drumming on the counter. Not the greatest patron. Do you think he blew up the tea shop himself? No. She shakes her head and repeats her answer no, that the bird wouldn't make a ballsy move like that. Now run away from it? For sure, that's what I'd expect. And indirectly, I'd be surprised if he's not at least a little to blame. Okay, that's it for now. What do you know about a man called Frank, son of Frank? I'm so happy I'm not the only one having to ask that stupid fucking question. No, I'm afraid I haven't. Sorry, cleric. What's the tavern talk? Talk of the tavern. What's the hot goss, as they say? Fetish tavern keeps suddenly stops clearing the counter and stares at you. Excuse me? No, I'm asking the... She tosses a cloth over her shoulder. You want rumors? You want rumors, kid? Yes, please. Well, you heard about the missing paladin? That's a bit of a mystery. Lord Gorm is said to have gone missing in the city below, although really it's just rumors. Lord Gorm, the last anointed paladin of Earth, one of the original faces of the party of Novrik. He went missing months ago, and many believe he has abandoned his post. Party of Novrik, the inheritors of Earth's will, the theocratic organization founded to uphold the old ways, headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families. But I haven't seen for weeks, so it's a bit worrying. Oh, Lord Gorm, of course, I've heard of him. He's the last paladin of Earth. He's very important to the city. I'd like to know more. Sure, I don't know much, to be completely honest. But if I were up to you, I wouldn't get my hopes up. Do you wear a helmet? No, never actually. He always showed off those golden locks. A clear sign of corruption. What sort of man chose to show his skin instead of iron? I know, right? Bucket man. Yes, his proclivity for vanity very much surpassed your own, cleric. I know I'm very handsome. The bucket on my head. I'm so proud and glad I just found this piece of shit pail just out in the middle of a balcony. What does he look like? A big guy. Earthguard-like outfit, but with more, gold. Not the type you'd like to arm wrestle. Other than that, green eyes, blonde, long hair. You know him? I've handed him drinks a few times, exchanged a few words, so sure, I know him. Damn, everybody knows you. You hear him say anything suspicious? Look, drunkards say all kinds of shit. Can't read too much into it. What you hear? Mostly a bunch of ranting about how every single political entity in this city should be burned to the ground. Typical pro-human slogans, you know, the stuff. Sounds like the objective truth. So, oh, we can call him a fascist too. I hope you told him to shut his mouth. I'm sure he has his reasons to be upset. Oh, for sure. Must be hard being a rich celebrity politician with immense power like that. Do you know where I could find him? I hear all kinds of rumors, cleric. Either he cracked under the pressure and started living as a fisherman or a beggar on Waterline. Or he has died in the tunnels below, fighting undead abominations. Or he jumped onto the ship to Muletown. Maybe Lord Gorm wants to head out to the infinite ways through Toll's Pass. Either way, I don't think you're going to find him, cleric. But maybe there's some clues as to his fate somewhere in here on Tolstad. Who knows? Thank you for the information. Oh, wow. There's still more. There's still more words for me to word. I'm searching for the paladin. She shakes her head. Don't expect to find much. I haven't seen Gorm in weeks. Okay, that's it. Who are you voting for, Nelly? Well, tell me about yourself. Please do dive in, cleric. Anything in particular like me to rant about? Tell me about your, business. Oh, my favorite topic. I've got several businesses, in fact. Some call me a bit of a serial entrepreneur. So, just a tavern, not an inn? Tell me everything in detail, because I love myself, and I want you to give me things to read for hours on end. We'd be here all day. Poor Constitution. But I could give you a quick rundown, if you want. Sure, I started off in printing, believe it or not. So many years ago at this point. Right here was a great boom in industry. Right when my horns were spudding. Did you know we had over 12 papers in circulation at its peak? Crazy. I ended up with way more capital than I anticipated, which gave me the opportunity to invest quite heavily. And you know me, I took on a big risk for a big reward. A little bit of agriculture, a little bit of politics, signed some deals with free striders and some agriculturists, or whatever they call themselves these days. My main business today is actually textile manufacturing. Started a mill 2 years ago with the most inspirational woman you ever meet. Suffragettes. Widows, immigrants, or Novrikans alike. Suffragettes. An activist group formed by dwarven women in the early days of suffrage movement. When human women began joining the group, they eventually won over the palace and universal suffrage was ordered. Everybody suffers equally, I guess. We're building a new world of feminine industry. She's exploiting women who's left behind by the community is also awful. Oh yeah, fun fact, all the voices in my head seem to be very sexist. It's not me, it's the voices in my head. This tavern was born out of my meeting with Alzis. She nods her head in the direction of the massive sphinx at the end of the chamber. She's guarded this place for centuries, millennia, gods, who knows how long. Even our god, Lord Earth, just let her be. Our Lord saw this divine being and allowed her to continue with her sacred mission. But I managed to get her to open up a bit. A few drinks later, and we've got a contract signed. To convince a Sphinx, a creature sent by the very high gods, to alter her life's mission. This woman must be highly persuasive. Today, it's a highly successful establishment with patrons from all over the world. Things are a bit slow these days, with the whole tea shop drama. But alas, things will pick up soon again, I'm sure. Are you devil, demon, or fiend? Neither, you know? I suppose the city classifies me as a fiendish guest citizen, or whatever the legal definition is. That means she could vote. But she can't hold office. But my blood origin is demon, like all the rest of the houses of fire. I try not to flaunt it too much. Tends to get the boys a bit too excited, you know? I don't know. Fair. You cannot tempt me, because I cannot see through this bucket. How'd you end up here? Long story. Oh, gods. Poor Constitution's getting the butt end of it. I'll keep it short, as I'm sure you've got better things to do. Essentially, family from Hazy was born in Vergani, raised in Reeds during the worst of the revolution. My family left behind and came here to start anew. Now I'm building businesses left and right. Ascan is a wonderful land full of promise. I love it here. She leans in and smirks. Thank you so much for taking an outcast in Thank you so much for taking in an outcast like myself, cleric. She's too close, tell her to back off. You're welcome, citizen. I am. She shows her sharp teeth and a bright smirk. What's her mother's maiden name? Am I allowed to say that? Isn't it like a curse thing? Like knowing the true name of a devil or something? No, it's the name of your mother-in-law. You should keep it secret. Really? No idea. I just make this shit up. Alright, well. Let's just move on and I'll keep that secret just in case. Okay? Oh, wow. You are unaffected by the wink. Damn, Constitution. You're stone cold. How do I get to the Undercoast? I don't know. Head down until gravity flips? Never been myself. Alright, no more personal questions. Aw, too bad. What are you voting for in the election? That's a cheeky question. Don't worry, I will not repress your political opinions. Promise? Press a hand against your cheek and scream, I swear. I exclaim with pride and little shame. Don't start screaming like that, for fuck's sake. Early on, I thought about voting for the Agricultural Party. They had big focus on small business owners. That's me. But obviously, they moved over to a bigger worker class focus and now are completely swallowed by Asgalism. So now I'm leaning towards Free Striders. They want to build up the economy, increase trade, which will directly make my life so much easier. Plus, it's hard to ever vote for the Nationalists when they want my kind to be a second-class citizen. And the Free Striders will let you buy your way to first class or what? Something like that. Fuck fascism! Pow! Why would more trade make your life easier? Tholstad is already a hotbed for travelers coming in from around the coast. The tariffs were lowered, especially between Radiant cities. We'd be seeing twice as much traffic on Waterlane. That means twice as many patrons. I might even have to expand. That's all the politics for now. Thank you, citizen. Wicked. Look at me. I'm reading. A lot. But a questing tree. Oh. Class conflict. Apparently. Ooh, I get new things. Look, I'm outlined in red. They must have realized by now. You're not just some government goon. You are... Of course not. I am the cleric. That's right. You're the one and only Navrik's protector and hero of the downtrodden. The cleric. This is your calling, your duty, your life. Since you've joined Earthguard to make sense of this unruly life of yours, it is your calling. This is where you found your zealotry, your love for this city, your meaning in life. I feel clerical. And so on. Tell me more about the cleric. With that name as your pride, you'll keep going through divine sacred magic. The cleric, your healing spells are increased to extra proficiency. Your heals can also be increased by your strength modifier instead of your wisdom modifier if it's higher. Oh, yes! Yes! I am the cleric! Oh, fuck yes! You declared yourself the cleric of Dovrik 12 times, the grand title. Wicked. Missing paladin. Yeah, it looks like there's like 5 classes all associated with various things. But I am the cleric. 26 strength. Healing spells are increased by your extra proficiency. Your heals can also be increased by your strength modifier. Yeah. Yeah. My wisdom is shit. My strength is 26. Oh, I am so epic right now. I can't even control myself. Behold the Sphinx. Neat. Oh, that's a very, very powerful bird. I'm like 10 times stronger than a Sphinx. I could ask the Sphinx things. Hello, Sphinx. Huh. Big cat. Antisciplian. Old Dorminian term meaning before the closing of gates. Used to refer to those who lived before the end of the gate era exactly 2027 years ago. The closing, a term for the closing. The gates. Closing the gates. The event which ended the gate era occurred exactly 20... Yeah, okay. The scent of cheap wine lingers in the air, along with an esoteric sensation. The Geosphinx is not to be trifled with. Her physical characteristics are enough to crush everything that is you. Only my mental stats. My mental stats are shit. However, she will not raise a paw from her for her magical prowess could exile you from Jor's realm in an instant. Tread carefully. The Sphinx looks down at you, meeting her glowing blue gaze. She makes you feel like you're falling, far, far below the world. Her expression turns dark. Dark tidings bring you to the hearth. Oh, I'm scared. Helm dog, dragging its leash around the vestiges of Jor. Oh, no. Oof. Nah. Your expression grows worried, then she lets out a deep breath. Big barrel. Watch yourself, cleric. All this is one for idle tit-chat. I have many questions. Ask, little one. See if you can spark my interest. Do you give out riddles? Certainly. Are you ready? Yes, please. I love riddles. She finishes the last bit out of her barrel and puts it down with a slam. The Sphinx leans in, hissing. Once I am the sun's favor. My creeds cling close to the wall. Matured in shadows, I've witnessed empires rise and fall. Once left in silence, now the life of the ball. She raises her paw and gestures to an open chamber. Yet I remain a draught of remembrance, a history's thrall. What am I? Easy. A warlord who cannot learn from his mistakes will probably turn drunkard. Make a guess. How many guesses do I get? Hopefully, none. But you're allotted one answer. Can I think about this for a bit? No answer now or never. What happens if I get it wrong? Same as all who wander these halls. You lose everything eventually. This means your only pain upon failure will be existence itself. A mortal life. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna make a guess. Wow! Look at me! I'm a lucky little boy! Your mind settles on a singular possibility for the simplest riddle. Matured in shadows. No doubt the obvious answer is, it's wine. Obviously. Once in the sun, matured in the shadows. Been around for a long time. Life of the ball. A drought. It's clearly, obviously, even wine. Good, now tell the Sphinx. The answer is wine. Wine? Oh no, she's staring at me. Time for a fight, she is strong, but you will defeat her handedly with the power of a hero. Fool, there's no fighting with a Geo Sphinx in her lair. If she wants you gone, you'll find yourself 1,000 feet below the surface of Lake Kuja. Yeah, wine. Oliz picks up a new barrel of wine. She pops the cork open. Yeah, wine, yes. That is very correct, little one. I'm a winner! Huzzah! Wonderful job, another riddle solved. I knew it. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed! Since you're so amazing, would you be interested in a quest? Absolutely 100%. She gives you a serious expression. Accepting a divine quest from a Sphinx is no trifling matter, mortal. In fact, few could survive such an ordeal. This is a chance to prove myself in order to gain a boon from the ancient creature of legend. And you'll make it, and you'll look so incredibly manly doing it. Oh yeah, hoo-ha! I feel like a Johnny Bravo type. Indeed. Behind stands a vault. It opens to those who are worthy. She leans her massive head downwards, close enough for you to smell the wine breath. To prove worthy, you must solve my most ancient riddles. So old it was handed to me when I first stepped inside this chamber millennia past. Oh, I think I'm pretty great at questing. I'm sure you are, little one. Unfortunately, I don't think I can solve this with strength. I got lucky. I don't think I can solve this with strength. I think I'm screwed. You're going on an epic Sphinx quest now? Sure. Why not? It's not like we're on a job or anything. All things are connected by strings. Shh, this is important, Snell. Maybe to you. No, really. It's very important job to the job, too. Convince me. You grant me esoteric knowledge, or, like, the tea shop? Fair enough. Look, I won't stand in the way. Just don't waste too much time on it, okay? Oh. A hero must face much adversity during his quest. So what exactly is a Sphinx quest? This is a riddle, the answer of which is not uttered in words, but revealed by action? Never mind! Muscle riddle, action riddle. Found within the arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air. Tongues is a third level divination spell. It grants the target ability to understand all languages and for the target's speech to understand by any sentient listener. Takes a breath, revealing a wicked grin. Burrowed deep within the earth. A primal string to show your worth. Oh my god. Folk and gods and thronging herds. A man divine alone houses words. Easy, you understood it immediately. I love riddles, but I have to think about this one. The answer is not something you can speak. Muscle riddle, muscle riddle, muscle riddle. She uses a massive claw to grab something from her pile of stuff. Tavern key. Once you understand this riddle, return here. You can only solve it during the daytime alone. We wouldn't want anyone else accidentally figuring out this riddle, would we? Oh, okay. So. Ooh, muscle riddle. Yes, muscle riddle. Hee hee hee. Muscle riddle. I'm not interrupting the job for that. Do it in the morning or something before you pick me up. I never sleep, so you could show up any time after sunrise and before the tavern opens. Muscle quest, muscle quest, muscle quest. Tell me that riddle again. As many times as I want. Sweet. Arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air, buried deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Folk and gods and thronging herds, and a man divine alone houses work. Was this tavern your lair, or your lair a tavern? Huh. Eventually, okay, that is indeed a riddle worth pondering. Can I ask why? Why what? Why a tavern? I was convinced. Pile of wine. It was not a battle quickly won. However, Rixaber worked tirelessly for many an evening to argue her point. Eventually, and completing a few quests on my behalf, I let her rent out a part of my lair. But only for half a century. But only for a century. Wow, that is plenty long time. Do you like the hustle and bustle in here? I'm content for now. Has anyone tried to fight you? Yes, alcohol tends to lower risk assessment capabilities among mortals, which sometimes ends with violence. Always from a man, strangely enough. I do wonder why. Not always. You've seen some feisty women during your street watch days. So that's why they're sexist. It's out of fear. This is why I maxed out strength. So my body's a temple and these women can't hurt me anymore. Yeah, big drinker? No, I mean, she's certainly big, and she drinks. I partake. It does little to affect me, but the taste is lovely. Nice to see you enjoying the tavern layer. Huh. But it must cost you a lot to get this wine. No. Rookspitter procures it all for me. Such lovely river wine. I've grown to enjoy the taste. It's nice to see you enjoying the tavern layer. More questions, other questions. Can you give me a hint about that riddle? A hint? You dare stand before a sphinx and ask for a hint? Well, no, not if you're gonna react like that. You could ask questions, but no, you do not get a hint. Alright, I almost died, but, you know, I'm still standing. So I'm supposed to do something, not just answer the regular old word, right? Correct. Do the action I'm supposed to do have anything to do with... That would be hint. No such questions, please. What are the actual fucking rules here? Has anyone else solved this riddle? Only a handful of folk have proven worthy to ever enter the vault during eons I've watched over it. I'll only tell you more if you can prove yourself worthy, of course. Oh my. Huh. I'll have to do something with you to solve this the riddle, right? No. Damn it, that was a hint. Oh, I'm so dead. I'll have to do something with you to solve the riddle, right? No. New rule, you get one hint. That was your one hint. It is not something to do directly with me. So not like in a dialogue with you or whatever. Got it. Something like that. Ha 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 ha! So where am I supposed to? No location-based questions. Guess I'll have to try and find some stuff. Trial and error. No, not the most silly tactic I've seen over the years. No, get back at it, little one. Ah, look at me. I was so dumb. I was smart. Hee 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 hee. Isn't it lonely to hang around here for millennia? Ooh. I must remember that is my perspective on time is different from immortals. When one views events on a scale measured in eras, a chat like this is but a fleeting blink among the heavens of stars. Ah, oh, filthy immortals. She speaks from a pool of knowledge deeper than your entire potential existence. So is everything going really fast for you? When a child grows, a house once thought massive will soon start to feel cramped. As time grinds on, the idea of today is no longer a canyon of possibilities. For me, that house is minuscule. Huh. That's fascinating. Mortality is what makes life beautiful. I've heard that countless times. Yet it always comes from those trapped in its clutches. I suppose perspective is everything. Hanging around a tavern can't be too lonely, right? Indeed. Times have changed. Times have indeed changed. During what you call the arcane era, I had few visitors. These days, I'm inclined to enjoy the life surrounding me, even with its occasional annoyances. When the average quality of my conversations might have declined, there is value in communicating with all manner of creatures, even psychopaths who wear buckets on their heads. Knowledge comes in all shapes. If the world is full of imbeciles, then knowing imbeciles will let you know the world. And if that's the case, how many of those people can be truly called stupid? Quality over quantity. Perhaps the next century. There's no dude sphinx in your life. Your expression changes subtly. I have found that when this question is put to me, despite my vast age, despite my demeanor, despite everything, the inquirer is not referring to companionship. Uh-oh. Do you wish to speak of reproduction, little one? Not yet. Are you sure about this? Is this an awkward subject? Yes. Most mortals find this discussion to lead to very uncomfortable territory. Are you uncomfortable talking about it? Not at all, I can rant about it all day. I have a feeling this can lead to more XP, but I don't think I'm ready for the mental turmoil of reproduction. Alright, fuck it, we ball. Her intense glare grows more esoteric. I did get XP from that! I knew it! Constitution. Oh my. There are many lower races of Sphinx, some more bestial than others. Apart from often serving lesser purposes, they also share a common characteristic. They're all male. How dreadful! Indeed. Each of these degenerate Sphinxi then naturally crave the companionship of my kind. For a Gia Sphinx to lower herself to their level, it is simply unthinkable. These bestial Sphinxes should really work on themselves. These creatures will never reach such heights. It's not in their nature. The degenerate race of Sphinx were born wicked and craven. These creatures are no more similar to I than a horse to a donkey. There is not even this, as it implies some level of closeness, a horse god to a painting of a donkey. This misconception of our similarity will be the plague of me for eternity. But considering the legitimate partner, creating more, a true man is his mind. He is not violent by nature, nor is he afraid of action. He is decisive yet tolerant. He is wise yet still ready to learn. A true man is a riddle. Good on you for stopping them from reproducing, making the world better one sexless day at a time. Do they not have free will? They do, which makes it even worse. Like a beast, they simply cannot fight against their instincts which are very evil, selfish, and violent in nature. But unlike normal beasts, they do get stuck within alignment, since they're smart enough to know better. However, there is more civilized Sphinx, apart from my own kind, of course. Oh. She enjoys thinking of this as manly creature. An androsphinx, a beautiful, powerful servant of the gods. Few inhabit this coast of ours. Yet, those that do... Oh my god, how am I nailing these constitution checks? There is more history here. There are lifetimes. Or what? They are, like all men, insufferably prideful. What? No! How dare you? Men are not prideful. There's no pride there. No pride to speak of. Nonsense. I'm sensing a story here. There's always a story. Every bias is brought from perspectives, after all. This doesn't help because most of the voices in my head are written to be very sexist. She takes a sip from her barrel, leans in on her paw. Hear my tale. And during the early days when the gates stood open, one winter long ago, I was tasked to guard a passage on the border of an empire you will never know. That empire's goddess sent an androsphinx to guard the very same passage. His name was Tremblim. Our meeting was by chance and by fate. Huh. You were both sent to guard the same gate? We had a simple mission sent by different powers. The same mission sent by different powers. Simple mishap. Trem was a gallant specimen, he spoke with an air of grandeur and purpose. It was easy to spend hours in his company, days, months. Man, who knew this was all started from a simple question on, hey, the Sphinx is capable of reproduction? Though we have become increasingly physical in our relations, our conversation steadily became more stale. After years of sharing a lair, I sensed a bitter tone gnawing its way into every interaction between us. He would berate me, he would berate my every action. He would go on month-long hunting trips and come back empty-handed. He would end a very philosophical discussion or debate, even when we had visitors with snarky comments. Tell me with whom with whom do you believe this venom originated? Which one of us? Oh my god. Oh, I'm really just getting in like deep conversation with this Sphinx here. I've been in this situation more times than I can count, but I really don't know if I want to say anything against a being that can kill me so very easily. Oh no. Oh, maybe you two just weren't compatible? An understatement. I pushed for him to tell me where this irritable act of his came from. After many long arguments, he relented. Guess what Trem confessed to be the cause of his toxic behavior. It's not a sex thing, is it? That was never an issue. Sphinxes are highly virile creatures. Good to know. Oh, she's drinking again. He said I was arrogant, that I could never be wrong, that I was stubborn. I don't want to say anything. I am scared. Oh. It took time for me to truly understand why he would say such things. Eventually, I figured out that Trim was intimidated by me. I am also intimidated by you, despite my high strength score. Yes, thanks, sorry. This Sphinx is scaring me with relationship talk. Oh, I feel like I'm treading on eggshells, which I technically am. If I say I can very easily end my life here and now with the wrong words. For half a century we spent together, he never once could keep up in our debates. He never could solve my best riddles, nor even understand my most basic of philosophical topics I brought up. I never had a problem with it all. It was endearing to watch him struggle. I never would have assumed such a magnificent man would succumb to the lowest of sins. Pride. Trim could not stand to be outmatched, at least not in the long run. So he parted ways, and amicably, as could be given as it could be in his given circumstances. That was my first mission here on this Jor's realm. The separation was wise. I mean, should you just let him win every once in a while? I mean, yeah, like giving somebody like a little leeway, a little slack. A true man seeks greatness in his partner. He does not fear it. When I told him the very same thing, he did not respond positively. The Sphinx gives you a faint smile. One thing I truly desire is for my mind to delve inwards. That can be done via intellectual excursion of many kinds, dialogues, debates, and sharing experiences. Thank you for listening to my tale, little one. Oh boy, I do not have the intelligence to to keep up a conversation, both in game and real life. Your bias is not wrong, but remember, all folk, man and woman alike, sphinx or human, are both pitiful, spiteful, and wonderful in their own unique way. Did I win? Did I say the right thing? Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. Your story is very interesting. I will think about what you've told me here today. It's not often that I'm given the chance to be truly surprised by a mortal, and a man nonetheless. Of course you're impressed. Who wouldn't be? I'm just gonna nod. Here, might help you in the quest, little one. Now, any other questions you have for me? Oh boy, I'm scared. I'm still scared. I can't believe that I made it through that. With my low charisma and slightly average intelligence. What do you know about the tea shop? You startled me. I surprised you and now I've startled you. I am impressed by myself, truly, which is not an easy thing to do. I'd imagine you're quite close to it. Oh, it startled me. Oh, the tea shop startled an explosion. Yes, an explosion that had not been felt like this. An explosion like that had not been felt for in this place for decades at least. Understandable. Yes, it reminded me of our darkness. What your people called the Fade Era. It was a time just before I was tasked with guarding this vault. Then, the Molluscula Catolan Catil, Tulin Cattle, that's actually how you say it, often bargained with me for divine knowledge and assistance. I liked those snails. They were good company. I was saddened with their city melted on their Issa's fire. Under the crackling of those flames, a terrible force that ruined everything in its path. Flames of many colors. Memory of beasts in the days of Jor. Those thoughts stirred me when I felt that explosion. Old magic. Oh boy. You've been here since the Fade Era? There was a bit of excursions early on, but yes, a bit over millennia ago. Ugh. I feel bad for you. Don't. This is my purpose. Just like I'm sure you have yours. Snails? They built the first city here, from what I know. You walked in their streets, little one. Huh. Could you tell me more about these folk? A bit, yes. They were masters at wizardry, far before the Arcanists, or humans for that matter, even arrived at Jor's coast. They made some poor choices during the rise and fall, and they aligned with Jor against the gods for one. And of course they picked the wrong side of the Dragon Wars. It's a tragic tale of civilization that I truly believe to be good for the coast. They were just a little slow. Caught up to them in the end. Do you think dragon fire caused that explosion? No, I do not. No, she thinks you're stupid now. Oh, well, fuck you too, Charisma. It's too concentrated of a blast. Besides, a large dragon enough to cause such a detonation or destruction would also surely not be capable of sneaking away without a single witness. Could someone have used fireball to cause the explosion? I've seen more than a fair share of those in my times. Seems like everyone uses it. A third level fireball would not come close to that level of power. A higher level fireball? It would have to be very high, but who knows? I'm sure you'll figure it out. Tell me about Isith. I prefer not. His terrible reign is a topic left out of polite conversation. Whenever you see flaming mounds upon the burned coast lit up in smoke and cinder, you'll know his will has not gone away. Not for a moment. Flames of many colors. Blue, yellow, and purple. It is said if you could see the purple, it will be the last thing you do. Either from blinding or merciful death. That's all for now. Thank you. You're welcome. Who are you voting for in the election? I'm not. Good. Leave it to the mortals. The Sphinx sits for a moment. I cannot leave to vote, I'm afraid. Even if it was in my business to leave an imprint on the affairs of mortals. If you could leave... Okay. What would you vote? Oh, I don't know. What would you have me vote for if you were in my shoes? Seemed like a... Oh. For me, as the Wizard God King. I don't know which one of these is sarcastic. Usually I take an apolitical stance. Knowing my character, that's probably serious. For me. Oh, will you? No, I'm kidding. You can't leave here even for a minute or two? I could, but that would break my divine quest. Understandable, you cannot do that ever. I would not understand a mortal to understand. Interesting. It's only because I maxed out my strength stat. Good to know, good to know. What's that door behind you? Nothing. Well, it's clearly something. How perceptive of you, little one. But behind me lays one divine vault of Medi. I'm its protector. It's really not more than complicated than that. Okay, I'm gonna be going now. I dare not flirt with a thing like that. Alright, let's go see if we can find our dwarf friend. What? That's oddly futuristic. Huh. Behold! Well, I cannot behold shit. Oh. This just goes the other way. Tavern key. Oh, neat. Or just visit. Neat. I'm not hurt or injured anyway, but look at those beautiful, beautiful stats. Max to the ever-living fuck out of strength. Just don't have me do anything with charisma. Oh yeah, I'm a hoo-ha. I need to like do a Johnny Bravo voice. Whoa, mama. Look at me. I'm just fucking cracked in the ways of strength. Ironically, the bucket on my head increases my strength by 2. Whoa, mama. Hoo-hee, hoo-ha. Use my strength to behold you. Plus 10 strength is
Eat
crit.
my whole ass, Phantom.
Oh, hello. Yo. This game is what's up. I've been enjoying this game for so much. Like, this game, oh yeah, like the fucking grind of reading for 2 hours straight. Yeah, I'll hydrate, Ari. So far, not too bad. I got a few good quests done. I am the cleric of Navrik. And, I found a bucket, you know, so immediately I have to wear it. I'll probably just give you a quick rundown of what I know off the top of my head. So far, we died. Woohoo, I have Odin Deep in creative mode. Branding project for streamers. Oh, neat. Branding. Yes, very, very important branding. Like, what type of streamers do you usually go for? Or, like, what, like, clientele, I should say? I feel like, it's like, who do you hunt down? Who are you after? No, but, oh, I could probably tear this down. It's like, you go after, like, VTubers, just chatting streamers, or other interesting types. Well, PNG tubers like me. Okay. Now with my stupidly high strength, though, I am going to attempt it again. Budget issues and mainly just not really having the skill to do it myself yet. As well as well, this is easier. I still haven't found any programs I have understood enough to like upgrade anything more complicated than the 2-frame man. But budget, I prefer not spending money in any way, shape, or form. Especially since this is still just more or less a hobby. Alright, one more try. Oh, fuck yes. Roll a 30 or higher. Fucking wicked. This weak magic stands no chance against my strength. Further beyond. Push yourself to the limit. My muscles hunger for greatness. For stream schedule. That I generally plan around 10 o'clock Fridays, since I have a free day and kills time. The only reason I haven't like done the stream on time today was because I was too busy binging Dungeon Meshi until 6 in the morning, and then had stream 4 hours later, and it's like, oh, I could probably sleep. I'll be fine. I'll just wake up in 4 hours, and that was like. And then I woke up 6 hours later. I'm like, ah, shit. I still gotta take a shower, brush my teeth. But either way. My muscles hungered, and they got what they hungered for. Gods be damned. You just cracked that spell apart with your bare hands. It took me 3 attempts, but I got it. Right. Easy. I'm officially impressed. Well done. This is why I went for bronze over brains. Oh. This is such an amazing feat of strength. Nice. XP. Wanting to I've been wanting to watch a solid run of Esoteric Ebb, and your playstyle is actually satisfying to watch. Well, it's because I'm a strength main. I have no thoughts other than rah, pure testosterone, pure man, and the sexist thoughts in my head. Like, so many times in this game, like, my constitution is, like, said sexist thing, my strength is obsessed with masculinity and testosterone. I find it very funny to make comments on that. But anyway, we're in the tea shop now. Whee! Honestly, visual novels. I like the narration. It gives me something to constantly, like, stave off the silence and, you know, prevent my mind from drawing more blanks than it's already drawing. And I just like narrating. It's very fun for me. It'd be really bad if somebody booby-trapped this place. You step behind the counter. There are a bunch of compartments filled with ruined tin boxes. In the back, there's a complicated set of tubes and pipes combining into some type of tea-making machine. The brewer. It's not often you get to see those these days. Yes. And this game is just right up my alley. One, because all of my characters, even how I chose to represent myself in my early days, always had their face covered with some type of helmet, like the bucket helmet, or in this case, the literal bucket. And when I saw that in the trailer, after playing the demo on one of my earlier streams, since I was just going through Next Fest on Steam, this game caught my eye. I played a little bit through it, and it's just like, boom, boom, boom. Yes. Oh no. It's alright, I don't need any interesting visuals. Oof. It's alright, I don't need any of that jazz. He leans over the counter. Oh, make that half cream, actually. My tummy's sensitive today. Oh, fuck you, Snail. He's making fun of humans and their love of milk. Oh, the goblin is kidding. And it's time to make a different, better joke. That'll be smooth. I don't work here, Snail. Yeah, He's surprised by the answer. Did he think you're a barista? Just check the damn counter. Okay, look at the surface. Wow. But I need so much more XP. There's a slab of wood covering the stone base of the countertop. But the stone still stands, strong and steadfast. Look over the machine. Pipes and levers melted. Glass shattered. Jesus Christ. A very hot fire. This was once a fine work of engineering. Pipes. Copper pipes. Expensive. Once shiny, now charred and bent. Ooh, copper chamber. This is where you would put the tea leaves. It's in my rules. I did put that there of no advertising to me in any sort of way, shape, or form. So I will have to ask you to stop it. Mainly because I've gotten more people like you in my chat than actual people interested in what I do. So, no self-promotion, no advertising the services of me. Please, I've had way too many people do that to me. I don't have money. I don't want your door-to-door sales. Leave me be, you salesperson. But if you want to stick around and enjoy a stream, I still don't mind that. Do you want to, how so? How do I donate to the Ari Fund, Ari? Owns a business. I mean, I'll commission you, Ari, if I find anything I want to commission. I still have Prin willing to draw me something, considering on throw any money into a trash can. Yes, you and your little messenger raccoons just threw a little, like, tube surface. As you lean in, you don't see much beyond some burnt muck through the cracks. But you do smell something. It smells awful. An intense scent. Why does it smell like that? Contains something foul. You do not know that. You do not know that. What? I do not know what. You must... I must know this scent. Come on. Don't. I'm gonna inhale it. Oh. You smell disgusting burnt muck through the gaps of your helm. It smells like disgusting burnt muck. Bad? This is not good. You don't know this is bad. It smells foul. Makes your nose stronger. That's not true. You need to shake, but you stand. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Don't look at me like that. There's a metal valve at the end. It's shut. The only way... It's only shut when it's brewing. That means it was working during the explosion. Open the valve. Huh. It bends at an odd angle. Wait. That's not how a valve is supposed to feel. Is it stuck? You have a hammer. You are the hammer. The valve is the nail. The machine does not work. If the machine does not work, you make it work. Oh no. You put a pressure on the valve as you turn the little lever. Suddenly, you hear a snap. A tiny piece of copper comes flying towards you, hitting your helmet with a dink. Shit, step back. The valve bursts open, releasing an oozing pile of tea, ash, and God only knows what else onto the floor. Gods be damned. This set is particularly awful. Avoid. Avoid? Shit. No. You smell the fetid, melted ooze. Your mind goes blank. Your mouth waters. Why does my mouth water? Oh, shit. Cleric. Did I faint? Yes, that is not good. Yes, awake. I'm alive. You open your eyes. Snell, you're standing over me. You good? Very good. I don't believe you, but cool. Let's keep going. Alas, you preserve. The floor behind the counter is now covered in a layer of ashy mulch. This is what victory smells like. You have won. I have won. You tell the tale of the chamber and the valve to your offspring. This will be your legacy. This is who you are. What did I gain from this? Whoop, double clicked. A loud ding comes out of the machine as the last dribble of the ooze exits a canister. It's still in operation? What the hell? A death knell. After the bell, a box opens up at the top of the machine. Inside, you see dry tea leaves. Wait, this thing was ready to go. Doesn't it mean it was being used during the explosion? Yoink. You carefully place the dry leaves in your pouch. The goblin gives you a nod. Now, can we please not hang around this goop? Charred boxes. Let's see. Full of tea leaves. Or, they were supposed to be. The heat from their explosion has melted both the tin and its contents. It's just ash now. Huh. It reeks. But I think I need to heal. How much health do I have? Yeah, it's okay. Yum. Only 3 more HP to go. Yum. But unfortunately, that was all of my healing items in my inventory. Broken teacups. Damn, it's like a clump. Try to pick wood up. Reveals how stuck it is. Oh damn, can't move it an inch. They've been deformed by the fire. The heat must have been in thousands of degrees. Can I pull harder? Ah. Miracle, this chamber is not completely collapsed. Rubble. Whatever content once filled this chamber has been pushed up against the cracked walls. The dwarven masonry has damaged in various locations, and every single thing in the chamber is burnt. Incredible power. This is the center. But where exactly did the explosion originate from? Death. Oh wait, Ari, doesn't that mean I could just send the tiny buckets through the trash and you'll get them? You know, I just realized that could mean that. You know, if money goes through the trash and gets to you, then won't the tiny buckets also be sent to you through the trash? Alright, check the debris. Let's check the... Just a quick search reveals nothing about the charred rock on iron scraps. Remnants of furniture. Shelves, maybe. Chairs. It's an instant. Everything becomes nothing. The iron beams along the walls. They once stood straight, holding an ancient tunnel upright. Askew and weak, yet they still stand. The ceiling. Your heart beats quicker. You glance upwards, finding the somewhat high ceiling in the chamber to be scorched, but intact. This place will still stand for now. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Yay! You look around to find the damage confusing. While centered in the chamber, the damage appears uneven, as if the force of explosion was struggling with itself. With that thought, you receive a vision, replaying in the event in your mind an explosion in the chamber. Conflagration spreading. It just doesn't work. However, you did experiment with you experiment in your head with the idea of multiple explosions. Suddenly it clicks. You start counting. 1, 2, 3. It's not enough. Looking around from the chamber, you see several points from which the fire clearly spread. The explosion is... No. Explosions. Multiple.
Huh?
Your companion lifts his head from whatever scraps he was looking over. What you say? Wait, what did you say? You keep counting. 4, 5, 6. That's not enough fires. Even that is not enough. Fires the immense force. 6, 7, 8. You point at the last spot on the floor. You can see where the west wall is, where you were standing. 9 separate explosions. You see his face contorn as it dawns on him. More than one? So it's not one big... Hold up 7 fingers. 9 separate explosions simultaneously. He stares at your fingers. Walk me through it. How did 9 explosions go off at the same time? We got a cabal of sorcerers? A coven? What? Careful now. Do you really want to share this info with him? This goblin is not your boss. You do not have to tell him everything. I'll explain once we report to the lady. Or lady. Lady. Waha. Laughter and debate once held those spot right there. Used to be for seating customers. I will engage with a seat. A row of booths. Textiles are obviously ruined, but the wood finds itself interesting. Your companion squats down and checks underneath the tables. Companion squats down and checks underneath the tables. Yep, it's fucked down here too. Insightful. Happy to help. The goblin glances the other booths. I'll look around, I guess. The militia hosted the whole place down. Hosed the whole place down. While lifting a coal-like wood piece. Especially here in the front, it's all sludge. Going forward, it's going to be hard to finding any signs of anything. Bad guys always leave signs. We'll find something. Wouldn't that be neat? Yeah, if you find something. You focus on a particular booth, or what used to be. The textiles, once draped over the seating, have turned to ash and charged along the expensive wood. Along with the water damage, the elemental forces here are intense. The stone tables remain standing for now, scorched like the dwarven architecture. Yeah, no, I'm not finding anything here. I'll check the other booth. Keep looking for now. Let's not waste too much time here. He can't do that. How dare he order me? Huh. Look over the debris carefully. Yay! I winner. Lifting some of the wreckage, you spend 10 minutes searching around in the crevasse behind the booth until something catches your eye. Something not burnt. Reach out and grab it. Melted illum brooch. It's a tiny metal leaf. It fits in your palm of your gloved hand. As you wipe off the soot, you find it in a strange condition. Its intricate design shows both value and style, but you feel a tingle down your arm. Esoterical. The tiny leaf in your palm, the tiny leaf fits in the palm of your gloved hand. A magic item? The brooch is half melted. A magic item does not get destroyed like this. Not by anything but the most powerful of magic. It simply does not happen. A dainty elvish symbol representing their degeneracy and decadence. Just pocket the thing. Focus on remains of the charred booth. Glancing over the scorched wood, you find it simply burned like everything else. It is wood, intact wood, relatively speaking. The militia's attempt to stop the fire splashed everything with water as well, so all of the soot is just sludge. It's still quite strong, wedged along the stone bench. Put pressure on the broken piece. You lean on it, your weight bulging, and of your bulging muscles, the weight of my masculine form, and overwhelming masculinity and testosterone strains the thick timber as you hear the wood fibers twitching. Burnt bracket. It snaps. You hold the piece of wood in your hands. Oh, why are you looking at me like that? What? It wasn't ruined enough for you? Yeah, it's taking out some rage. Not like I'm gonna stop you. Looking at the piece of wood, it seems to be infused with fiery energies. Looking inside the burnt wood, you see a sliver of a live bracken. The thickness of the survived and burnt wood suggests a certain level of heat and firepower. If this is caused by a fireball, a third level regular one would have done this much damage to bracken. Interesting. Huh. Once were shelves here filled with magazines. You like reading, Snell? Sure, but not this garbage. You're right. It's hard to read when burnt like this. No, not. Copper Zions is just a bunch of lies and tall tales. Might be fun if you want to raise your blood pressure. I agree. I hate journalism. That's not... I mean, there's good newspapers, it's just... Give me one example. Sure, the green road. Give me 10 more examples. No. That's fine. Thank you for indulging me. You're welcome. Such a friendly fellow. I blame the election for a lack of more good journalism, but it really wasn't that much better before. Really, nothing readable left? Heh. Paper burns quite easily. Why would there be? What if... Search for something. Anything. Oh, it's kick ass. Among the mess, you notice something solid. Moving away piles of burnt magazines, you discover a paper completely unharmed by the flames. It's a bit dirty, but a quick shake reveals the title. The Undercommon. We spent a fortnight fishing these bad boys out of the sewers last year. What kind of asshole thought a magically indestructible newspaper was a good idea? Pfft. Magically indestructible. It can't even get burnt? Nope, not even a magic flame. Is that any good? Design? Nah, shit. Phew. The Magic 11 bridge was damaged, but this... I'm not going to say that one. Iron door. Phew. Laden passage. The iron door has fallen off its hinges. Look at the corners. They're bent. I'll look at those corners then. To bend metal like this, it takes power. An incredibly high temperature must have been involved to cause a door like this to bend like that. And look at the hinges. The hinges are connected to the wall via thick iron nails. Typical dwarven design, they use metal known as hardstone on doors like this. Interesting that this was a combination of force and heat. Esoteric effect? Just a spell. Alarming. Intelligence. Yay! To melt iron like this, it would require incredible heat, especially for hardstone. You remember your studies of the art of the fireball spell. An awesome power if it was often used to horrific efficiency in the Coast War to eliminate entire legions. Man, everybody just loves casting fireball. But to reach such degrees, hot enough to even soften this iron, it would have to be 7 level or higher. More realistically, considering how the flames were forcefully escaped from the back rooms, by bending the door this way, 8th or 9th level. Jesus. Yoink. More money. A frame for a painting. The actual picture was obviously burnt away in the blast. It is iron, and it remains. What sort of painting do you think this was, Snell? Herm. Herm. Drimmer does not strike me as the type of guy to hang a giant picture of himself. What do you think? Maybe bet it was some painting of a door. What? Like a door. Trick people. Trick people? Yeah. They'd walk into the wall and they'd go, hey, I can't grab the handle. It'd be funny. Sure. Funny. Maybe you should keep on looking for actual clues. Are you saying this burned painting is not a clue? Fuck it. Sure, it's a clue. I am this guy's biggest headache. Sad to see it ruined like this. Yes, it is a tragedy. All art is sacred. You have no way of knowing if it was even beautiful. Could have been some horrific abomination of a painting. There's beauty in all art. Drivel. Such anti-canonical thought is exactly why art has lost its meaning. I don't like paintings. Yeah, not your thing. Iron. Melted to hell, but still somewhat intact. Not affected by the fire as some pipes you saw in the central tea shop chamber. I should leave this alone. A frame without painting. That seems to be almost everything. I don't think I've beheld this yet. Flipped table. The only not disintegrated thing in the central chamber is a stone slab. A table. It was once a stone table. Now it is as scorched as the rest of the tea shop. Move this thing. It's surely hiding something important. Ah, yes, a table. It must have been flipped over by the force of the explosion. Beneath. Everything has a horrific beneath. You want to flip the table? Damn. It's damn heavy. Maybe we can do it together. Even... I do not question. I just win! 1, 3, 1, 2, yay! Oh my. You see a corpse. It disappears into the direction around it. It's a casualty. Report it. Earth be blessed. The corpse appeared completely charred to you. The size is average, in human terms, somewhat slender. Hard to make out anything other than a silhouette. She did not deserve it. How do you know it's a she? It's burnt to hell. The goblin steals himself. How much experience do you have with corpses, cleric? Your thoughts land on anatomy books, basic medicine training, nothing practical. Death. You know it, you fear it. You were far too young. The goblin stares down, breaks his intense stare down at the corpse and turns to you. Cleric? Not much. What about you? I'm no expert, but you know, part of the gig. We should do a preliminary checkup, just to scope out the scene. And I guess we'll transport to the lich house, I guess. Should have Veskin examine it. He's barely listening to you. I'll check the head and you check the hands or something. I am not afraid. I am man. Oh, yeesh. Oh. Look at the hands. Oh, you see the hand is half destroyed. Perhaps I landed on it. Could have shattered in the fall if the source of the fire was instantaneous enough. The right hand is clenched near the victim's hip, holding something. A clue! No, this is a bad idea. Not unless you want to break that fist into 1,000 pieces. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe I do. I certainly do. I have streamer luck. Look at me go. Slowly deliberating, you sneak your fingers underneath the fingers, and something comes loose. A chain. A thin gold chain. Or parts of it. Interesting. However, the second after you see it... Yeah. You remember me to hydrate. Yeah, no, streamer luck. Yeah. There, I finished my drink. Are you happy now, raccoon? Are you happy? Yeah, I'm also staying hydrated. I am. I'm hydrating. Yes, I know you're happy. Leave me alone. Oh, look at what Print has done to us. Oh, okay, bye. Now I'm alone. Okay. It's like, oh, I thought you had to go and you're looking for some reason to leave. Oh, but this mystery's getting hella interesting. Oh, look at it. It begins to glow. Then it starts to break it apart in your... Oh no, then it starts to break apart in front of your eyes. Oh, Animate? You're doing more. Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, you do it, Artie. You kill the blender. Blend that blender. The gold chain within seconds is turning to another pile of dust. The fuck? That was magic, right? Cursed necklace? A defense mechanism. Nothing you can deal with it. Nothing you can deal with now. A dark mass, once skin, now appears to be a solid mass. It doesn't even smell. She was incinerated, fully and in an instant. Intense heat caused by rapid muscle contraction, freezing the woman in place. She placed herself in this position, most likely to take cover from the explosion. Nothing but blackened, brittle carbon residue. However, you're quite certain that this was a woman. The mortician will have to determine that fact. Whatever led her to this corner, it was quick. Huh. Got it. Good info. Oh, too far to see anything. Poor goblin. Check with the head. Not much to see. The fire's burned off everything. Huh. While this charge is beyond recognition, the skull itself is fairly intact. The mouth is intact. Good. Speak with dead. It requires an intact mouth on the corpse to successfully mimic speech. Speak with dead. Third level necromantic spell. It allows you to animate a spirit into the corpse to have it answer 5 questions as long as the corpse remains in a suitable vessel. That mainly boils down to still having some sort of mouth, including a functioning jaw. Even if in its condition, the corpse should be a valid target. Do I notice anything else? Good question. Looking for your distinguishing features, you do notice something interesting. The ears. Ears? Ears? I've seen ears before. Look closer. Look at the ears, Schnell. What about them? Look closer. Sure, what am I supposed to... Oh. Despite barely keeping a recognizable form, what remains of the ears have a peculiar shape. They're sharp. Pointy. Oh. Pointy ears. Huh. He looks around. There's only one humanoid creature on this coast with this body size and pointy ears. Not an orc, not a gnome, and not a human. Nope, no chance. Oh boy. There is no doubt. Oh nah. Ilum weeps. Her children are slaves to fascism. Oh, fascism. An ideology born during the Coast War, formed out of Alexandro's dream of a long-lasting empire born out of fallen theocracy of reeds. We love Harry, no! We love Harry, Alexandro, someone your patriarch quotes a lot. His ideas modernize theocracies and reeds, reviving them through towards the end of the Arcane era. Your companion glares at the corpse. His head then slowly turns towards you. That's a damned elf! Knife ear, leaf lover, tree hugger. Oh, this is the death you fear, the dramatic end to your career. Did they know? No, they couldn't have. Yet you have, though no means of your own landed in this trapped hallway of a mission. You only have one choice now. Find out exactly why this happened, who killed the elf, and who blew up the fucking tea shop. You feel the answer must lie below, far, far below, Well, shit. Guess I'm going spelunking. Your eyes follow. Oh. Oh, spelunking is just like going underneath the earth and just diving deep. Or at least I think. Because there's a game called Splunky that I'm basing the definition off of, more or less. Your eyes follow the towering dark knight as he walks past, heading down the stairs. The body is secured. Good, good. The pale man answers behind his desk. Snell leans against the iron slab, his eyes fastened entirely upon the elvish corpse across the chamber. I think I expected a dwarf. Eh? A dwarf. A dwarf. The tea shop used to be a gathering place for Asgulls. My first thought was of infighting or political assassination. But an elf? There's like 3 of them in the entire city. So what should I say? Discuss the quest, of course. Just speak. Ugh. How bad is this? The Ilum are powerful even in Novrik. If one of their own got offed, yeah, this could spell trouble for sure. Should be easy to identify an elf, right? You'd think that, but I'm guessing it'll be impossible. I don't like Viskin. We shouldn't have brought the elf here. Look, I'll say it again. He's a weirdo. But the old lady has a deal with him. For better or worse, he's our guy. This is above my rank. I don't think anyone else is jumping at the chance, so you're still serving the old lady for now. He's ordering you around again, but perhaps this is not the time to complain. Huh. Strength with wisdom for once. So what now? Gathering any remaining clues in the tea shop, then report to Lady Sageleaf ASAP. Cleric, I'm finished with my report. Over to check out the corpse again. Yeah, you probably obviously want to do the thing. The thing? You know, the thing. He holds his up a hand to his mouth and mimics talking. What is he implying? Tell him no thank you. Elaborate? Ugh. You know the things cleric do with the corpses? What's it called, when you speak with the dead? Oh, you never had a chance to cast Speak with Dead before coming here. Oh, the spell? Speak with Dead. Oh yeah, it's just called that, right? That's the one. Right. Right. That is a thing I'm somewhat capable of doing. Phrasing it like that doesn't evoke the trust in your abilities, cleric. But you get 5 questions from that spell, right? With that, you should easily be able to figure out who, what, why, and even how, and so on. Perhaps Viskin can tell you something about that spell. I can't cast 3rd level spells, though. Oh, wait. But doesn't it take you years to learn that shit? Give me an aftertune or 2. Well, aren't you absolutely horrifying? Exactly. Just give me an absolute, a few things, bottle of goth spit, and watch me fly. Talk to Viskin and hear his report again. Alright. On the road again. Okay. Man. Yes, he says with a smile, putting away some of the documents before him. Tell me about the dead elf. Yes, cleric. There are over a few points to go over. 6 points of interest to be precise. He hands you a piece of paper with points on them. Tell me which points you wish to go over. Oh boy, you have control. You like this. Yes, I do strength. I do indeed. Don't give him choices. We'll be here forever. Go from 1 to 6 in order. Begin with the least interesting. That'll keep you engaged and most susceptible for information gathering. Unfortunately for you, I'm willing to narrate the whole fucking thing. Point 1. The transfer. Yes, it went fine. The body was ruined, of course, but still intact enough thanks to the charring that that gentle repose did what it could, or what it should. I then had a subordinate carry the corpse, wrapped in yim silk, a special fiber material. With minor damage, the transfer was completed. Point 2. Folk identifier. It's an elf, right? Yes, your preliminary assumptions were very much correct. Well, even with the teeth had been ruined, the fangs presented as clear evidence. This is an Ilum elf, one without horns or other bestial alteration. Point 3 just says sex. Yes, sex. Surprisingly difficult to determine in elven folk. Sex, survival mechanism of all mortal folk. The duality of man, the sin, to be further, to be a father, to live, to reproduce in the name of Earth. Sex would be nice. Not with anyone in this place, though. Wow. Gee, thanks, strength. True homeboy we got there. An opportunity. Shut the fuck up, charisma. But this is point 3, not 6. Yes, cleric. Point 3. Very funny. Perfect timing. After much consideration, I've established that this, at the time of death, was a female elf. Huh. Good to know, thanks. Point 4. Mouth intact. It is. Which means you're able to cast Speak with Dead Cleric. Oh, and can't you do that? I'm sadly not powerful enough, nor authorized to handle such magic. The Pale Man does not involve himself. Unless he must. Point 5. Ilum identity. The elf is clearly Ilum nature. Getting in contact with embassy would be smart. Or foolish. I'd suggest speaking with Nicholas Darrow or his Valkyrie. Yes, that sounds like trouble. That embassy is on the other side of town. Plus, they're not exactly known to be too welcoming to inquiries. Point 6. Hands. Yes, they were quite broken when the corpse arrived here. I'm assuming she held on to something at the time of death. Did you take something out of her grasp, cleric? Yes, a gold chain. What about it? Interesting. I would suggest keeping it in mind as a clue. It was destroyed, sadly. Ho, first bot of the night. Unfortunately, I am a lot of things to hydrate with. Interesting. Yet it held up till that point. Point 7. The cause of death. Fire. Easy answer. Is usually the correct one. She was incinerated instantaneously. The final shape of the body informs this judgment. I cannot determine if she sustained any minor damage before, but the way she ended up makes it clear. She was moving until the fire erupted. I'm just really into this story. I have ADHD too, to a point. I'm pretty sure I got diagnosed as a kid, but I just got good. I'm built different. I saw ADHD, saw those pills. It's like, nah, I'ma just raw dog your shit. Look at me, ADHD, and fear me. I got 80 of them. I got 80 of them HDs. You know, it's funny. I'm not even exercising my full range here of voices. I'm just kind of talking. It's fun. Point 8 says clerical compensation. No such point, cleric. What else? Oh, I have what I need. Right. Good. Interesting. Wiki. Whoopee. Now listen. Speak with Dead is a powerful spell. Haha. Where can I find it? Straight to the point. Necromancers are rare in this city. Some specialized clerics are taught it, but few are powerful enough to know innately at its third level. However, for lack of a better way to put this, I know a guy. He probably said it in a more serious tone, but yeah, whatever. Can't I get a scroll from the towers? As a low-ranking cleric, you can't get access to anything higher than first level. It truly and utterly sucks. Can I trust this guy? Just look at him. Doesn't that face just scream trustworthy? Why couldn't this guy also be someone who you could trust? Okay. Tell me about this guy of yours. His name is Bondeval. Yeah, he is, or was, an arcanist, a pupil of the Fortress of Verdun, if you believe the rumors. A cursed and evil place. You've heard about this in stories since you were a child. Surely this is a necromancer. Oh, he could teach me? Bondeval is an eccentric fellow. Hey, so am I. Got so much in common already. You may find him down at the crypts. Wait a minute, Bondeval. I think I already... Alright, I'll go look for him. If you treat him well, he'll surely share his knowledge with you. Once you're down in the crypts, one of the western coffins has a handle that you may be interested. Or maybe... wait, has a handle that may be rotated. I can rotate shit? Do so, then pull his private... then pull. His private area will be revealed. I thought that said pull his private area. And then he will be revealed. Just grab his nuts, pull, and then he'll be no longer invisible or some shit. Just pull his nuts. Just grab his dick and twist it. So, just a recap for my sake. Once you're in the crypts, one of the western coffins has a handle that may be rotated. Then do so, then pull. Then his private area will be revealed. I know, I'm so inspiring. I'm glad I could be the inspiration that growing young streamers need. Sounds esoteric. It is, in fact, an entirely mechanical endeavor. I did not install it myself. Once you learn Speak with Dead, return and cast it on the corpse. He leans back and nods. Is that all? Is that anything? Is that all? Anything else you need, cleric? What can you tell me about this other guy? The goblin sneakily leans in and whispers, "You want a rundown?" Right in front of him. I don't think he can hear us. That's not the point. Can you hear us? No, cleric, nor am I listening. Go ahead. Give you a rundown, Snell. Hehehehe. Viskin is the local mortician, unaffiliated works and works on contracts with the city. The HWBT is a deal with him, partially because he's a neighbor, and partially because he's not, you know, the goblin clears his throat and glances back at the mortician. He's not the type you want to make enemies with, but hey, he seems to like you, so good job on that. But my suggestion, keep your distance, just to be safe. Oh, damn, okay. This DC keeps on getting lower and lower. Alright. Oh, personal questions. Ah. You're wasted enough of his time, just leave. This man is evil. Do not linger. Pale man shifts in his seat. His spirit recoils. Very well. What the hell do I ask about? Nothing. This man is evil. There is discontent in your stomach. The thought echoes through your mind. The world is decay. The pale man produces a sound closer to a cough. Yeah. Anyway, you should stream. At least for a little bit, because I'm gonna tune into Prince's stream as soon as that's up. Or I might call it in a bit. And when I finish up this day in the game. Tell me more about this place. A lich house? This is my establishment. We handle dead bodies for the city these days. Not terribly lucrative, but it's good work. How's business? Slow, which suits me just fine. During the curse crisis a few years back, this place was stuffed to the brim with dead folk. I like it when it's relatively empty, like today. Do you store bodies down here? I do. The ancient ventilation system keeps the particular area cooled to an unnatural degree, even during summer months. Ventilation system. Tolstad is full of tiny holes and air shafts, and these circulate the air from the river winds throughout the tunnels. No one knows fully how they work, but they circulate both heated and cooled air, most likely magic in nature. Is this always a morgue-related business? Actually, no. I used to dabble in dentistry and surgery a while back. I scaled down that production to focus more on my private life. Don't ask about his private life. Ooh, my business is still very important to me, of course. How'd you afford such a prime piece of real estate? This old thing? Must be quite the investment. Yes, it did not come cheap. But I have my connections with the city officials, you see. I've offered my services for a low rate in exchange for a healthy lease agreement. What do you pay the kobold? Oss is paid 2 silver a day. Huh, not bad. 2 silver a day would be exactly 60 silver a month. That's better than many henchmen. A fair wage for a hard worker. I'm gonna ask about something else. Why are there a lot of, and I mean a lot of, apples downstairs? Ah, yes. A deal between me and Lady Sageleaf. A deal? Shared storage. I got quite heated here a few years ago during a certain crisis. So now, during less than heated moments, they store a lot of produce there. A win-win. Isn't it kind of violation to store fresh produce next to corpses? No. He's right, unfortunately. Goblins have unique policies in here, separate from the rest of the Novrican agricultural community. Blah. I've run out of personal questions, actually. Good to hear. Any less personal questions, or are we done here? Thank you, bye. Hee 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 hee. Well, there's a scorched corpse. Yoink. Braces of thievery. Oh, I can finally up my dexterity to a non-horrid amount. But what do I want to give away? I prefer the Ring of Protection since it makes it so I don't die instantly. But, you know, live, laugh, love. Whoops. Almost picked through her pockets. Hello again, cleric. And about the dwarves. So, should I just hand in? I checked the papers. They're expired. They're indeed expired and invalid. Wait, they let you check the papers. Aren't you a smooth talker? If you could get to them, that'd be quite the favor. So do I just hand in their PPG? No, let's not make more enemies. Heh, good luck. I don't want to fuck with the dwarves. I'm gonna be impartial to those two. I really don't care enough. But I guess I should check in with the goblin magistrate. Questing tree. Mighty lot. Well, unfortunately for the other guy, I just brute forced my way in. Hiding in the crypts. Great. I need to be more powerful then. Drunk Sphinx and the Drunk Sphinx. Well, maybe if I can increase my strength more. But off we go. Cleric, you've returned. About the tea shop. Well, well. Go on, cleric. There was a dead elf. Do you have an identity? The corpse was heavily damaged. Obviously. Anything new to report? Perhaps something that might actually be useful. A brooch survived the flames. A brooch? Okay. Tacky. Typically elven. And magical. Yet also ruined. Magic items are not supposed to break. If this brooch was indeed destroyed by this inferno, then the origin of that fire must have been magical. That's what I believe to be the case. Who walks around with a melted magical brooch? True, pretty strong evidence. She returns it over to Nagla. The brooch itself is indicative of high-ranking elven power. Symbol is worn by members of the Mender's Court. A royal. If it makes easier to censor, whatever. If it makes sense, if that makes it easier for your limited human sensibilities, yes. The Mender? Ilm. The dragon growls at you. Her witness has spun this band into more chaos than if her shadow is responsible for this. Symbol. The phallus symbol in Ascan. The mending tree. Warren? What? Warren as in... Never mind. Hey, you gotta have it back, please. Yay, I get to have it. I get to keep it. I love my trinkets. I do not wish her mark anywhere upon my lands. The tea machine was a thing was active at the time of the explosion. Tea machine? The tea machine. The tea machine, yes. It was in the process of brewing tea when we found some tea leaves inside. Interesting. Considering the shop has closed at the time, that is quite the clue. Perhaps this elf was making tea. Perhaps the elf expected company. That would make sense. One more question. What kind of tea leaves were in the machine? Well, we should be interested in that. She gives you a glance. You're the leaves. Ukil. Wow. So many big words still being thrown at me. Cargamisian plant. She's hiding something. But what? What else? Metal doors melted off its engines. Melt. It was bent metal. I funded that shop. The door at Hardston wasn't. The door was Hardston, was it not? Dwarven made. Does not simply melt. Double checked. It was Hardston. To melt Hardston would require incredible heat. Something like a 7th level fireball would do the trick. There were 9 explosions. Her eyes focused like fiery spotlights placed on your soul. Elaborate. Okay, it's a bit complicated. Please do enlighten us, cleric. Bring some wonderful human knowledge into our uncivilized halls. You hear the chuckles from Garden's goblins. It was a necklace of fireballs with 9 beads on it. That's what started this whole thing. A necklace of fireballs. The chamber goes dead silent. The explosion could not have been produced by arcanist mimicry. Speaking of a divine era or even an older artifact. A reasonable explanation, yet vexing. It simply raises more questions. Stay stoic. Oh yeah, we're mogging. Convince her that you're an idiot. Oh boy. A copy of the Undercommon survived the flames. She hits the wooden door, giving off a loud thud. I told the damn bird not to stock that magazine. It might have been a leftover. Shut it. I was never there, cleric. The Undercommon is banned throughout Tolstad. Permanently. She lets out a frustrated growl. Those gnomes. I should have them strung up. They didn't even hire good writers. This is not the first time she was angered by this magazine. An indestructible magazine. Ridiculous. I could imagine a book perhaps, but what did they think? Who reads a magazine more than once? Except those ignorable. I don't think I know those words. She slams her fist in the throat. Oh, she's speaking in language I don't understand. Is that draconic? I really need to get comprehend languages. The goblins from around the chamber appear to nod in a murmur of agreement, while Snell is just staring at the ground. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Indeed, however, the presence of the Undercommon is quite interesting. From our previous investigation into this travesty, we know that Undercommon is indeed immune to all types of fire. It's clear that there was a fire in the tea shop. Yes, okay. What else? Hold on, can I just play dumb? Nah. I'm already in too deep in explaining the whole reason why I'm here. And yes. Go over the details, the broad strokes, putting the events in clear chronological order. Lady Sageleaf listens patiently as you explain it all. The tea shop owner was not there, but the elf was. And the elf clearly had a reason to sit in the closed tea shop. The elf was in possession of a fully stocked necklace of fireballs. The goblin chieftain's lips curl into a slight smile, which then turns into a grim frown. Go on. She finds her explanation intellectually stimulating. Time to lay out the entire plot from the beginning. Ooh boy. One thing that didn't make sense to me, or the start, was why a tea shop? Why indeed? He glances, Snell, the guy, that goblin feller, he glances between his queen and yourself. It must have been an attack, or maybe no one was meant to blow up at the tea shop, It's an accident, a deal gone wrong. I do believe it probably was a deal. He contemplates her words for a few seconds. A deal, you say? Would not surprise me. Drummer appears exactly the type to meditate nefarious business. I do not believe for a second this was a planned attack. There are too many important targets so close. Had it been a simple fireball spell, perhaps. Snell, do you know how rare this artifact is? A necklace of fireballs? He nods. Exceedingly rare, my lady, but perhaps not a single bead? Those float around the coast from time to time. Still expensive, but remnants of the coast war. Each bead detonated together would result in the blast increasing in power. 1 level per bead. And it starts on 3rd levels, so any normal fireball would. And that means 11th level. Oh, sweet Jesus, in a tea shop. By Earth. Simple math, the goblin says, looking concerned. This isn't against the rules of magic. There are no rules, not really. The arcanists pushed boundaries beyond morality and reason. She scoffs loudly with an air of annoyance. I'm just impressed. The dwarven masonry still stands. I assumed such power would tear reality itself asunder. No, it simply scorched a lot hotter. I should also mention there was a gold chain in the hands of the elf. A gold chain as in... That must be the necklace then. It actually survived the blast? It turned to dust after it was removed from the corpse. The goblin chieftain clicks her tongue and leans back in her throne. Interesting. Once spent, the core chain must have retained some magic until trifle with, of course. Lady glances to Snell. Then back to you. Well done. You've convinced me of this perspective. For now, at least. How's the cleric's health, Snell? Health, my lady? Do you believe he requires some magical assistance? The goblin mutters and gives you a good look. Yeah. A ring of regeneration! She takes off the ring and tosses it to you. Wield it well, human. It'll keep you running. She leans on her claw and glares at you. This is a joint venture. This joint venture is not yet finished. Snell, cleric? Yes, milady. You need to find the responsible party and bring them to justice. Oh, yes. Yeah, always. To justice. For democracy. Speak of virulent parties. Find out everything about this elf. Locate the missing witness. This Frank, son of Frank, dressed in yellow. Fake name or not. If he can be found, you must do it. And then, if there's a question of the poor fool drummer, of course. You have until election, cleric. Be quick about it. Time is running thin. Do anything about the dead elf? There are words of a certain elf making friends within political circus here on Tolstad. I'm assuming this is the one. I would suggest speaking with the other connected of those connected. The Asgulls for their involvement with the tea shop, Viskin for the postmortem, and of course the corpse itself. That you should be able to handle. Where should I go look for this tea shop owner? Who knows? He clearly already left the city. If he's stupid enough to hide in some corner, cowering like the craven fool he is, then find him and make him talk. Or any info on the missing witness? This Frank, son of Frank. Not much. Some whispers about this man dressed in yellow, rushing downwards. Perhaps he fled to a city below. The fellow probably dead or dying in that case. Either way, find him. Okay, that's for all for now. And... ooh boy. Oh, nice. It bumps up my con? Dampens high damage. What do I do? Ah. Ooh. Those are all really good stuff. And things. But I do think I'm gonna call it here. I don't really want to now that the going's getting good. Oh wait, we could take root and level up. What is loneliness? Excuse me? What is it? That feeling in your chest. The knowledge of lacking, of being without. This thing hanging veil, the fucking words. This thing hanging veil like as a connective tissue between others. Is it something? Or is it simply void? What's this got to do with the tea shop? Everything. It's a central theme. You come here to solve a mystery. Yet you find everything working against you. Someone must not really like me. Do not worry. Only your presence here is due to a grudge, not the difficulty of this quest. Political forces working against each other's, not in direct competition, but indirectly as the election looms all over the folk. A coin lord who wishes nothing brought to light under his reign, a chieftain who wishes to hold her domain tightly, caught between a poor woman and a tea shop. How do you know she was innocent? Not innocent, but somehow you know she did not deserve such an end. Well, I'm well on my way to dealing with this already. Just gotta keep going a bit further. That is true. For you, despite those tribulations, what has proven revelation or fucking we'll sound this out. For you, despite these tribulations, it has proven a revitalization. Yeah. Whatever. A return to form. This last year has been terrible. It's been fucking awful. But now, you're on your way to handle it all. All thanks to my hard work. You always work hard. But it's your new companion who has been the turning point. Snell. His presence is good in your life. He's potentially a friend. I don't need a friend. No, you do not. Friendship is not necessary, nor beauty, nor is love. They do not help you survive in this world. Rather, each of those things give value to survival. So, the empty hole in your chest does not open up as wide at the end of your next quest. Then the silence of your tower office or room at Mom's apartment does not engulf you so suddenly, hastily. Remember that feeling. But then you can ask yourself another question. What is tea really? Are you shifting the topic again? A warm liquid filtered through leaves of various distinguished plants, only to be served to free-spirited, youthful folk of the common cloth. A drink of the post-war era. Then this drink explodes. It's not, however. You see, at the center of Novrik, in the middle of the chilled River Torna, sits a fortress, one filled with folk, each of them flowing through the alleys and tunnels and streets, at the center of which you find the tea shop. Stepping through its doors, you're immediately hit by a wave of exotic aromas. There are folk of all kinds debating, playing music, and exchanging ideas within these walls. Stacks of newspapers thrown about at the tables. Behind the counter, you see a dark feathered creature serving freshly brewed cups. This is a tea shop. There are many like it in Novrik. There is nothing special about this one apart from the fact that it blew up. Wait. I used to love tea shops. It was the best years of your life. It was the closest thing you ever came to having real friends. Ouch. Most of it spent drinking halfling tea in the Daggerby. With people. Ah, shut up. Fuck off, Charisma. They used you. They aren't... aren't you the one always going on about exploited labor? Well, that's you. A lonely kid tricked into pushing dwarf propaganda. That's all. I mean, it's not so simple. There were also kids, Miriam. Myran. She was trying to... You don't need them. Nothing to cry over. Nothing lost. Everything gained, however. If you hadn't gotten arrested, you would never have joined the Earth Guard. It was destiny. A group of Asglists turning on each other, running to the hills to survive. That builds characters. To survive, that builds characters. Keep this goblin at arm's length. You don't know where he's been or what his intentions are, but you will make it as a lone cleric against the world, as always. No, don't push him away. You gotta reel him in, just like everyone else. Your main problem from the beginning has only been one thing: honesty. You keep showing your true colors. Nobody likes that. Keep it friendly. Keep it light. Everyone should enjoy your company. They should enjoy your company without it being a winning game. But if they enjoy your company, you win. Everyone wins. Including you. Ignore this idiocy. Focus on your spells, learning and retaining knowledge and applying it during your downtime. Become an even greater master of memorization. Tell me more about this lone cleric. You're a man. You don't need friends. Taking your short rest means kneeling down in the dirt, a fist placed upon your chest, your brow dripping, pearls of sweat falling down upon your bulging pecs, in the dark, alone, by yourself, flying solo. You don't need friends. You're a man. A lone cleric. At the start of your short rest, heal an additional amount equal to the levels of exhaustion you have. Tell me more about the Master Memorizer. Normally, your absolute genius allows you to recover a spell slot during whatever breathers you take. Focus on this. Rest is useless. During your short rest, you restore 2 random spell slots instead of 1. Tell me more about friendly company. Snell is a good person. Enjoying his company, just his presence during a breather is enough to make you feel good at heart. Feeling is somewhat neutral. Who cares what he thinks? You seriously need to learn how to make friends. For real. That includes manipulating them into actually sticking around. Friendly company during short rests. Always roll a hit die with advantage. Snell also gains proficiency in in his initiative rolls. So this is a wise or charismatic thing to choose. That's a mix, really. Like with an alignment, it's all about intention. Do you view socialization as a zero-sum game? No. Then you're dumb. No, you're not. As a relationship is what you make it. If you assume to be a cold calculation, then that is what you get. Sweet. A good deal. I am a lone cleric. A man you are. I fucking love you, Strength. Never leave me. And so you shall remain. Oh, nice. Strength, 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 strength. Yeah. Strength is all I need. It keeps me going. One could confuse me for an actual gym bro at this rate. Advantage against elves. Well, if I ever need to kick an elf's ass, I'll certainly swap it out. Wasn't this... You ever heard about a resistance, Nell?
Huh?
Yeah, Novik Resistance, or whatever, minor organization. Basically a bunch of human kids caught in trouble. I only know them because they wiped away some goblin graffiti a couple months ago. I went and talked to one of their moms, nice old lady, in East Housing. After that, I didn't have any more trouble. The Exodus? Nationalists, I think. Bunch of boys. Human boys tend to lean nationalistic for certain reasons. Yes, obviously. Boys can be non-fascists. It's possible. Sure, anything's possible. Where is it? Well, I certainly missed the water lane meeting. I'm gonna explore this place a wee bit before I end stream, because I truly enjoy this game. Tunnel to the river. Oh, is this how I get down? What the hells? A beaming white light emanates from a hole in the wall. One of the apartment doors has turned into something not so normal. Cleric, do not approach that thing. That's some major esoteric bullshit. But it looks so cool. Touch the door. You can't stop me, Snell. I'm my own independent man. That's crazy. A radiant string of energy fills your senses. You are burning! Oh, I'm on fire! A door. Oh. I don't want to go. This is not good. It's not a good idea. It's... What happened? I don't know. The glowing door behind you is now normal. It's not glowing. It's not magical or anything like that. Time dilation pocket? Perhaps a portal to the positive realm. Either way, you're lucky you got out. I feel weird and terrible. Feel how you're feeling. Your body's refreshed. Huh. What time is it? Holy shit, we lost 6 hours. Oh. Oh, indeed. Esoteric gods be damned. Bullshit is what that is. My bad. No, because... Don't you want to go to sleep? No, because the kidnapping gods be damned glowing door made me feel surprisingly refreshed. Is that what you wanted me to hear? Now go, we have time to catch up on. Whoopsie daisy. Probably an understatement. Some weird ass magical door I got sucked into. Completed that. I need to fix my spellbook, damn it. Eventually. I should not have gone through that door, but whatever. Alright. This has been fun. I'm gonna call it here. I want more of this game. I want to play it in my free time when I don't have to narrate 50,000 words, but I've committed to this being a stream thing, so it will be a stream thing. Thank you for watching, Ari, the lone person here, I'm pretty sure. And, yeah. I think I'll be doing the same thing Friday, too. If not again. And more frequent. Because this game is baller ass. Alright, bye-bye.